Hi everyone, how are we all doing? Is it hot enough for you? Are you glad the kids are going back soon? Summer holidays nearly over. Winter is coming. I'm happy about it. How are we all? Random select today because I'm too excited. So, hello, my name is Kelsey Hutchings. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm owner of Elska Beauty, which is a salon here in Hampshire. Now, if you can't already tell, I am super excited for today's first impressions. It is on the new Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting for this for what feels like years. And when I was setting up to film today, I was going to be filming on another bunch of products that I've got, but fate, lo and behold, postman came as I was setting up with this, and I could have hugged him and I could have kissed him, but I didn't because that would be weird. But I just thought I need to film this because I'm just far too excited to see what this is like. So if you want to see my first impressions on this foundation, then please carry on watching. Okay, so here it is. I'm so excited to use this. I honestly haven't been this excited about a product in such a long time. It's shock horror that it's Charlotte Tilbury. But anyway, here it is. Okay, so I've had to guess my colour. I've gone by the colour that I am in the Flawless filter and what I've had in like the concealers and all that kind of thing in the past, because she does have little descriptions online. But I've gone for 3 neutral because I am a neutral undertone and all that kind of thing. And I was a 3 in her Magic Foundation, I think I was, but I don't even care if this is the wrong colour, I'm still going to wear it. Yeah, it comes in like her usual kind of very luxurious packaging. I haven't even opened this yet. I hope you guys feel privileged. Ah! Look how pretty it is! So it's got this gorgeous like metallic-y gold lid. It's got the glass sort of feeling. I don't know if it is glass or not, but it looks like and feels like glass. Very luxurious. Just looks so pretty. Ah! Right, yeah, so I've got 3 neutral, and on the box it has millions of different claims, as Charlotte Tilbury stuff often does. It's all on her website. But on the box it just says a full coverage foundation with a flawless, matte, long-lasting finish. Apply with your Flawless foundation brush, blending outwards, blah la la la. You're going to look airbrushed basically. Now this is a matte finish, which as we all know I'm a dewy gal, but I'm willing to give it a go. I did like the Urban Decay matte foundation, so I'm just so excited to see what this is like. So I'm just going to be on a bit Charlotte Tilbury hype kind of thing today. So I've put some of my trusty NYX primer on, but I'm just going to put a little bit of the Hollywood Flawless filter, Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in shade 2, just to give me a little bit of glow. But I have read somewhere that it's demi-matte, which is sort of like not completely matte, it's just a little bit matte, like out and not completely out. So I'm just going to blend that in a bit. There's loads of different uses for this. I have done a video on this quite a while ago now if you're interested. But there's loads of different uses for that product. I love it. So as you can probably tell from my face to my neck, I have still got remnants of fake tan on. But there should be a match for my like natural skin tone. I might have to add a little bit of liquid bronzer. We shall see. But did anyone else watch the launch for this when she went live on Instagram? Loads of different new technologies in it. It sounds really clever. I'm just super excited to try it, as you can probably tell. Oh my god, is this even normal? Okay, so it's got like a jazzy little pump. Let's just try it for 1 pump first. Actually, I'm going to do a little one just to see if the colour is horrific or good. So I've just popped a little bit on my finger. Let's see what the colour is like. Ooh, it does feel a bit thicker actually. Ooh. I think that colour looks like a pretty banging match, to be honest. Best place to test it is always on your jawline or on your wrist. But if you blend it in and you can't see it, then it's generally a good colour match. And I can't see it! Don't think it's okay! Oh my god, I just bathed myself in this. So I've just done 1 full pump, and as always, I'm just going to dot it over my face. There's been quite a lot of new foundation launches, isn't there? My channel's been a bit foundation crazy. I did like the Me one and then the Urban Decay one, and I was really excited to have a look at the Anastasia Beverly Hills one until I saw how expensive it was, and this Charlotte Tilbury product is cheaper than that. Can you believe it? It was like, I think it was like 40 or 45 quid, and I was just a bit like, think I'll wait for that one. So yeah, I know I wanted to wait for the release of this one anyway, so I opted for this one instead. I just noticed as I was dotting that around that it smells really nice. Her stuff isn't usually that perfumed, but I don't know if it's just me, it just smells really nice. So I'm just going to blend this in with a sponge like I normally do. So, oh, it's blending in nicely. Blend that in all around my hairline. That's not a great look. So it's blended in really nicely. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The only other Charlotte Tilbury foundation I've tried is her Magic Foundation, which was the one before this one, and I wasn't actually a massive fan of it. I love other Charlotte Tilbury stuff, as you well know, but I wasn't a massive fan of the Magic Foundation. I haven't tried her Light Wonder foundation, even though I would like to, because it does sound like my kind of thing, but yeah, I just couldn't help but order this one. But coverage just after one pump, I'm pretty impressed. Like I said, I need to try and forget this is such a high-end brand for a minute, because let's face it, if the product's good, it's good regardless if it's high street or high-end. So, but yeah, coverage after you just using one pump I think is actually really good. I'd still want a little bit of extra coverage just around my cheek area, but I know it says it's full coverage and all that kind of thing, which I don't disbelieve, and I can see that it's definitely covered up like my redness around my nose and all that kind of thing. Excuse me for sniffling, I have got hay fever at the moment, but I can still see, I don't know if you guys can really see it, I'm using you and I always do that, don't I? But you can still see, I don't know if you'd be able to pick it up, but you can still see my freckles and all that kind of thing, which I like because I do like my freckles. So I'm just going to take a really, really little pump, literally just that tiny little bit there, and just dot that where I think I need a bit extra. I've got an extra red nose at the minute where I keep having to blow my nose because of the hay fever, which is super annoying. It's always my nose with hay fever. Some of my friends have got hay fever, it's their eyes, and they just look like they're constantly crying, but with me it's my nose, and I sound like I'm underwater whenever I talk and sniffling every 2 minutes, which I know is annoying. Oh. I'm not even sure if it's normal to be this excited over a makeup product, but that's when you know it's love, I suppose. So yeah, definitely happy with that coverage now. Definitely happier. What is this? Oh my god, don't you just hate baby hair hate baby hair sometimes? Okay, so yeah, pump and a smidge is what I've used, and colour match is really good. Like I said, I might have to go a bit heavy handed on the bronzer than I normally would do, just to match me up a little bit because of my fake tan, but yeah, it's blended in really nicely. It's a really nice coverage. Like, I know I've used the Flawless filter underneath, so that sort of luminosity that I've got going on there is probably due to that, but I don't look completely flat, and I don't think I'd look completely flat as it's a matte finish even without using that. So cool. Right, I'm gonna speed through the rest of my makeup. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. I thought I may as well stay on the Charlotte Tilbury hype. Now, even though this is a full coverage foundation, it doesn't actually feel really heavy on the skin. It definitely feels heavier than like other foundations that I've used that are more full coverage and all that kind of thing, but it's not even close to enough to putting me off using it. It still feels really nice, and I think it still looks natural. I think it's fine having full coverage stuff as long as I don't look like a complete cake face, because I'm not about that life. But I've just done my concealer, and I'm now going to use my trusty Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder, which I've bought about 15 of since it came out, because I just can't bring myself to use any other one. I always get a bit dubious of powders, because again, the Anastasia Beverly Hills brought out a setting powder with their foundation launch, but again, I would like to try it. Maybe I'll remortgage or something, but it's me with a face full of Charlotte Tilbury, as if that's really cheap. But I've got the Laura Mercier one that everyone like goes mental about, but I just think it makes me look really old. Like, whenever I use that under my eyes, it just like highlights crepey skin, and yeah, not down for that. So that's why I've still been using my Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm just going to use this to set my face. Now I have also got her Flawless Finish powder as well, because that magic powder sets me all down and that's what I use like pretty much every day. But it's not a complete matte finish, which is one of the things I love about it. But when it's summer and I get extra shiny on the old T-zone, sometimes I just get like a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I'll just put a little bit of that sort of in my oily areas as well. So I put it just in between my brows, around my nose and on my chin. But so far, yeah, powder gone over the top of it. It does look like a flawless finish. Yeah, but so far products are going over well. Nothing's going patchy. Still feels nice. It seems to set down quite quickly, like it doesn't feel like this is going to transfer or anything like that. So yeah, just carry on seeing how it layers. Just used my Me bronzer to bronze me up a bit, and I'm now going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow to enhance my contour. Can you tell that I love this highlighter? This is how old it looks, so please excuse the dirtiness, but I've had this a while and it's an oldie but a goodie, but I love the highlighter, as you can tell. I've got quite a lot of contour stuff, so I sort of go between, but yeah, obviously the contour is good too. Just giving my brows a brush through with my Benefit spoolie, and I'm now going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the shade Rita. And this is when you realise how much Charlotte Tilbury stuff you actually have, but there's much worse problems to have, you know. So it's like a slanted brow pencil. So I tend to just line my brows with that. It's really easy to use and it's a good shade for me as well, as I don't like to use like blonde, but I still don't want to use like dark brown or even light brown sometimes, so this is just like a nice neutral taupey kind of colour for us blonde gals. Now I do also have her Legendary Brows like tinted brow gel as well, but which is really neat. Oh my god, please ignore my makeup-y bronzed hands. Yeah, which is actually really neat. It's a really nice brush, but I've pretty much run out. It's near enough empty, so why I'm keeping it I don't know. Maybe I should actually part ways and get rid of it. So I'm going to use a different one, but yeah, just thought I'd give you guys a heads up that it is really nice and it is worth it. It's good stuff. Now don't get me wrong, I do love a good eyeshadow palette, but we all know that I'm a skin makeup girl, so can we just take a moment? This is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm palette and it is the prettiest thing ever, I swear. Just look at it. Oh my word, it's 2 highlighters, a bronzer and a blusher. It's like the prettiest thing, I swear. Like, look how pretty that is. I just love it. And obviously the highlighters and everything in there is gorgeous. So I quite like to mix the two. I do edge more towards the goldy shade, but I quite like to dip my brush in both. And it's so pretty. I've been using it on all my brides as well, and it's just lush. It just gives the most natural, pretty glow. It's lush. So how are we all anyway? I'm so busy doing my makeup, I haven't even asked. Nearly the end of the summer holidays means I can stop avoiding everywhere. Can't believe it's summer holidays nearly over though, but in my world, not only does it mean that's good because I can stop avoiding everywhere because it's stupidly busy everywhere, but it means that summer's nearly over, which is a great thing in my world because I'm an autumn winter girl, so bring on jumpers, boots, tights and dresses. I just love that Kono outfits. So I'm happy. On that note, it is just over 30 degrees here today, so I was just thinking this is actually a pretty good day to be testing foundations. So yeah, it'd be quite good to see how this holds up in the heat while I sweat my ass off. But lipstick wise, well, lip gloss, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Shock Horror Collagen Lip Bath in Rosy Glow, which is a really pretty lip gloss, although I do think the applicator's a bit weird because it's almost like a heart shape and it tastes rather minty, but you know, you don't have to eat it, it's just you can smell how minty it is from the second you get it out of the tube. But it's really nice, and it's nice and long lasting. It's quite long lasting for a lip gloss as well, which is nice. It's just got a hint of colour. So now that I've brushed off my bake, I'm now going to use some of that blusher in the Glowgasm palette, just because it's pretty and I like it. Talking of baking actually, Bake Off's on tonight. First episode of the new series, an hour and a half, what a treat. The only thing about Bake Off is, I don't know if you lot are the same, but whenever I'm watching it I feel like I need to be eating a dessert or a big slab of cake or something like that. Like, the judges say that they put weight on and stuff like this, but I think the viewers do too, because you just get a taste of it, you know. And then does anyone else watch it and think, I could definitely make that? And like, it's when you're following the recipes and stuff, and then you actually go to make a cake or something because you feel all inspired and all that jazz, and then actually you think, no I don't, or your cake actually comes out like a giant biscuit or something like that. Maybe it's just me. I'm definitely not a cook. I can make cheesecake, and that's about it really, to be honest. So everything has layered really nicely on top of that. I've got absolutely no patching, nothing like that. As you can see, it still looks pretty flawless, which is handy. Ah, that reminds me of Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. Why does everything remind me of a song or food or something? It just sums me up really, doesn't it? So that is makeup done. As I say, everything is layered really nicely on top of that. That is a really nice finish. It doesn't feel too heavy on the skin for a full coverage foundation. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed with that so far, and like I said, it feels really nice. Packaging is lush, and like when it's high end you do look at stuff like that, not rather than just how good the product is. But yeah, it feels really nice, fits in the hand nicely. I don't think it'd be too much of a big thing to pack, you know, for holidays and all that kind of thing, so I'm going to stop saying thing. So yeah, first impressions are good, which is good. But as always, I'm going to write down in the description box how it has lasted throughout today in this 30+ degree heat. So yeah, it will definitely be putting it to the test. So overall, first impressions are good. Definitely recommend it. Can't remember how much it is, which is really handy, and my phone is in charge in the other room, so I think it's 30 something. It's definitely cheaper than the new Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, I can tell you that much for free. So yeah, first impressions are really good. I would still recommend, if you can get near a Charlotte Tilbury stand or beauty wonderland, whatever she calls it, to go and get yourself matched up. But I think if you've ever used a flawless filter, any of her concealers, or a high magic, is it magic? Yeah, magic foundation, mind blank, then you can definitely match yourself up online, because like I said, this is what I did with this, and it is a banging match. I'm really excited to see how this is in the coming weeks, and like I said, I will put everything down in the description box. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed my first impressions of this and my little Charlotte Tilbury filled video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you all on my next one. Bye guys!